Hello and welcome to Bites and Strikes with Prachi. So, dear friends, today we are going to dive deeper into Python and we are going to learn control flow statements. Till now, whatever code we have written it line by line. So, the first line executes, then we come to the second line, and so on. Control flow statements will help us to take decisions to repeat a particular task more than once. So it's going to be, you can say, a totally different way that we are going to proceed with our coding. So, yes, for today, we are also going to work with another IDE for Python and we are going to make use of PyCharm. So, here it is. I'm opening PyCharm Community Edition, which is totally free. And we are going to start with a completely new workspace for our project. So let's open File, a new project completely, and let us add some name. So I give Bites and Strikes. One. That's it. So we create and we open it in the current window. Community Edition is completely free. All right. So here we are going to get better help, better suggestions and from PyCharm. Okay. So while you write the code, so right click on your folder and now you say file, Python file. You give some name. So let me say demo 1 and you can start typing as you write. You are going to get some suggestions why you write. We'll see it very soon. And then when we run, you can see the output is going to be shown right here. All right. So let's take a scenario where I ask the user, how many years have you worked in the company? So as we saw in the previous session, we are going to take an integer. How do you do that? Int input, enter number of years in service. Okay, friends. Now what I want to do is Diwali is approaching and I want to give him a bonus. So say initially I have some bonus which is 0. And now a decision has to be taken. I have to give him a bonus of 5,000 rupees if he has worked for minimum of 5 years. Yes. And to do so, what we need is we need control flow statements in Python. So control flow statements allow us to take decisions. So we are going to work with if. It's going to help us repeat commands for different conditions. So we are going to work with the for loop and the while loop. And later on, at the end, we are going to study about the branching statements. So let's start with the if statement. So how are we going to work with if for decision making? So it's quite simple. I will write if is a keyword, a word which Python already knows. And then my condition, number of years, we've learned about the relational operators greater than equal to 5. Okay, what should I do if this condition is true? I give a colon and now when I hit enter, you can see the position of the cursor. It is leaving some space. This is called as indentation. So whatever comes inside if has to be written in this particular level, the topmost level, and then we have one indent which is inside the if. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to give a bonus of 5,000, not 1,000, 5,000. And then you want to print the bonus. Do you want to print the bonus only if he has worked for number of years that greater than 5? No, I always want to print the bonus. So I go back one level to the top level and here I mention what is the bonus. So bonus equals whatever is the value. So when I execute this code, you will see I am taking number of years in service And if I say I have worked only for 3 years, I do not get a bonus. However, if I say I had given 12 years to the company, I am going to get a bonus. This is how if works. Point to be noted. After you finish your if statement, do not forget the colon. The indent block will come automatically. Be very careful about indentation in Python. So this is a very, very simple demo with if. Let us take another demo where I want to print the result of a student. So here we are with demo 2 and here I say please enter your marks. Registering a float, input, enter marks. And now the decision is pass or fail depending on the marks. Say my passing marks are 40. So if marks greater than equal to 40, don't forget the colon, print pass. What if it is less than 40? You could go back, you could write another if, but that is not the correct way. Okay? So here we have another block which we say else block. So if this condition is true, print pass. Otherwise, that is what is else, print fail. So this is how we work with if else. So now if I have 78 marks, it says pass. However, if I have just 4 marks, it's going to say fail. So greater than equal to here means even equal to 40, it is going to be pass. So this is another variation which is if else. There is a third variation of if that we are going to see. And here you can see we are going to have demo 3. Let's say the number of years in service. So number of years equal to int, input, enter number of years in service. I want to give him a bonus, which is initially 0. And then check. If number of years greater than equal to 10, give him a bonus of 8,000. However, if he has not worked for more than 10 but more than 8, so there's one more condition. So there is this elif keyword. Elif means else if. It's one single word. And if number of years greater than equal to 8, bonus equals suppose 5,000. Elif number of years greater than equal to 5, bonus is say 3,000. And finally, I could write the else saying, okay, it's not even greater than 5, it could be 0. And in any case, have a look at this code. Everything in one line over here, number of years, bonus, if. This is indented block L if, second condition indented block L if. And finally, if none of these conditions are true, bonus is going to be 0, which I anyways want to print. So I can say bonus is bonus. You can have a look at it. So now if I randomly give, I have worked for say 7 years, you can see it's going to fit in which condition? Greater than 10, no. Greater than 8, no. Greater than 5, yes. So bonus is going to be 3,000. So this is about the if statement and its variation. If elif is also called as a if else ladder, right? So it's called the if else ladder. Okay. Now is a case when I want to display say a hello on a screen. So it's quite a simple program. Print hello. Now friends, if I say hello has to be printed not once but 5 times. Okay, you will say we can paste it 5 times. Now if I say I want to do it 50 times, you need to paste it 50 times. So here is when loops come into picture. Now that we have learned if, we can learn while as well. So here you can see there's going to be a very simple logic. We take a counter which will travel from 1 to 5. So my counter is 1. Okay. What I want to do is, I want to first write if. If counter is less than or equal to 5, what you do for me is print hello. This is what we are learning. If 1 is less than 5, it will print hello. But if is a statement. It is going to execute once and come out. Instead, if I replace this if with while, what is going to happen? 1 less than equal to 5. Yes, it will print hello. Now my count has to go from 1 to 2. So I increase the value of count by 1. Count equal to count plus 1. Alternatively, count plus equal to 1. So count is 1. 1 is less than 5. Print the hello, make count 2. And while being a loop, it will, reattempt checking this condition. So count is 2, 2 less than 5. It will again come inside, and this process will go on until this condition is true. So here we can see hello is being printed 5 times. How about 500 times? Just make a 500 here. How about 5,000 times? Just make a 5,000 here. So yes, this was our very first session on control flow, where we learned two things. One is if, which is used for decision making, the variations of if, and yes, we started with looping using the while loop. There is much more to come. So stay tuned. Till then, keep practicing. Try your hands on. Thank you so much.